What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? I am great. It's been a busy week. Thanksgiving. So 2 years ago I lost my mom. Thanksgiving and Christmas are very bitter for me. Not very bitter. Halloween, I can't stand Halloween because that was the weekend my mom died. We found her literally the day after Halloween. I was supposed to go see her on Halloween. We didn't because she was like, don't worry about it, just go spend time, because I have a 4-year-old son. And she told me to go spend time with him, but she was very sick and I knew something wasn't right. You ever get that feeling like when you hug somebody or you kiss somebody on the head and you know like something's just not right? I had that feeling the last time I saw my mom. Luckily, I had that feeling, thank the Lord. I was able to kiss her on the forehead, to give her a big hug and say, Mom, I love you. If you need me, please call me. I just knew something wasn't right. So that was 2 years ago in November. So this month is very hard for me, and so is next month. So she died in the beginning of November. You have Thanksgiving. You have her birthday in the beginning of December. You have my birthday in December, which is December 20th. I'll be 39 in 24 days. Yay. But yeah, going through that with a child even more when he doesn't understand, like, why is daddy depressed? Why is daddy upset? My mom and I were peas and pods, like whatever the hell the saying is. Like, we were best friends. Like, she is on my background all the time. We'll never leave. But so Thanksgiving is really just a kind of not a good week for me. Everybody's like, oh, you have a lot to be thankful. I'm like, do I? I only talk to like 2 people in my family. Three people in my family. Well, actually technically 4. My sister, my niece, my brother, and my brother-in-law. Yeah. So other than them, I don't have much family. Like intermediate family, like people that are my blood, other than my brother-in-law. He's not my blood. But yeah, so I'm just giving kind of brief brief detail of my life, because somebody asked me to give my successes and wins and my failures. So that person has also told me just to record, and that person, I don't know if I personally know you. I don't know if you are just one of my followers and you enjoy the stuff, and I just want to say thank you for your topics. Like, it's giving me content to make 2 videos. I was gonna do a video where I just talk about myself, and then I was gonna do a video about failures, and I was gonna do a video about wins and losses, whatever. But I'm going to do this one, and then I'm gonna do my wins, and then I'm gonna put them out. I'll be in the same outfit, so don't think I don't take showers, because I do. You'll learn a lot in my failures. I won't get too detailed because I don't want to put my business out there like that. I noticed, so what happened is about a year and a half ago, I put my business out there, and I lost a lot of people in my life that were close to me because I offended them, and I didn't mean to. It wasn't meant to be that way, but I don't know. I'm just a person I just speak my mind. I'm trying to not speak my mind, but I also don't want to change who I am. So, but guys, here it goes. I'm Chris Tharp. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. I'm about to be 39 years old. I have a 4.5-year-old son. He's fucking amazing. We'll just say I've been married, and we'll talk about other things in the failure videos of why it's been. Let's see here. I am 6'3", 255 pounds, big dude, smart dude, very ambitious, very competitive, very driven, very, very driven. Like, I want the best. I want to be the best. I don't want to settle for anything but the best. I don't like second place. Sometimes I accept it because it's like, I won second place in a volleyball tournament. But, you know, in the back of my head, I'm like, them guys, I won first. But, I used to be a professional bowler. I had my pro card, not like professional. Won like, out of probably like 15 leagues, I probably won 11 of them. Won bowler of the year. Just all kinds of competitiveness. I was really good at basketball growing up, blew my back out, lost all my scholarships. Yeah, just things that life throws you. But just I'm an overall great person. I'm a very loving person. Like, loving, that doesn't make any damn sense, but whatever. I'm a very big-hearted human. Like, I love to help people. I am learning in the last probably 3 or 4 years of my life that people suck. People talk a big game. People will tell you what you want to hear. People will tell you everything that you need to hear. People will tell you what they think they're saying is correct, but really they're full of shit. And yeah, there's very few humans on this planet that actually stick to their word. It's crazy. But yeah, people suck with money. Like, don't lend people money. They just suck. They don't ever pay you back. Like, some people do, and then they don't, and they do, and then I'm not calling any specific person out. So if anybody of my friends are watching this, I'm not calling you out. I'm not calling anybody out. I've lent money. It's not a big deal. Certain people, I can live with them not paying me immediately. The other people, I want to stab them in the face. Not literally, don't take that offensively. I'm not a crazy person. Nope, not at all. But a very chill, laid back kind of person, but very funny, wild, hilarious, out there. People say all the time, I just can't with you because you're so funny. I'm very spontaneous with it. I'm very impromptu. If you've ever seen Matt Rife, like the comedian, I'm a lot like him. Like, I'll feed off what you say, or I'll feed off how, like, what's going around, and I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, very Matt Rife, very Kevin Hart, very, yeah. People tell me all the time I should be a comedian, or people tell me all the time I should be a motivational speaker. Thought about doing that with another channel of mine, just getting back into it and just doing it for the hell of it. Not even caring if it grows, just doing it for the purpose of speaking. Because one thing I want to do is I want to talk. Like, I love talking. Like, I love getting in front of people and talking. My hands get shaky for some reason. I don't know why. If I'm like holding this and I'm in front of people, my hands start going. And it's not because I'm scared, but my hands just take over. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a nervous twitch or what, but talking to people all day, every day. But so with that being said, I'm gonna get into my failures, really, because yeah, we'll just say I suck. Like, I do. I suck. It's okay though. I failed a lot in life. We won't go through like all the failures of life, because yeah, there's a lot of failures. I failed at marriage. I failed at I don't fail at being a father. There's one thing I will tell you. It will be in my winning video. I'm a damn good father. Like, I really am. I'm there for my kid. My kid loves me. I've done everything in my power to make sure I am there for him. People sometimes say I'm a softie or I'm a pushover, but the thing is, no, I'm not a pushover. I'm strategic with what I do. Very strategic with everything. Like, people always say, well, you should do this. And I'm like, no, I know what buttons to push and I know when to pull my cards. Like, I know what battles to choose. Very smart. I learned that from my mother. I learned some from my father too, but more from my mother. My mother basically raised me. My father and I weren't very close growing up. Then we got very close as I got older. But that's another topic I'm not gonna talk about. I love my father dearly. I really do. And he taught me a lot in life, especially the last like 10 years of my life. I still look up to him very highly. He's very smart man. And yeah, I hope I can continue to learn from him. But as for my failures with this business, I learned money, one, doesn't grow on trees. I learned I moved too fast with getting this warehouse, way too fast. I had a badass studio. I truly did. I had this studio. It was amazing. If anybody wants to see it ever, I'll throw an old video up, or not an old video, but I'll photo up. Maybe like I'll jump back in here and throw the photo in. But it was amazing. I had my projector that's out there. I had it on the wall. I had my desk that's over there. Had it like by it. And then I had a stairwell coming up into my studio because it was above the garage. And I had 3 OLED TVs that I did all my editing on, but they were 55 inches. So they were 150 something inches wide, because they're not 55 inches wide, they're 55 inch diagonal, they're 48 inches wide. So I had 3 48-inch TVs. So you have what, 12 feet, so 144 inches. And they were like kind of like domed like that, like they curved around. It was amazing. And then I had this island, kind of like my desk here, but it was just one island. It was 6 foot wide, 3.5 foot deep. you know, and I had all my freaking rolls, the filament rolls down there, I had customly built, and it was amazing. It truly was amazing. Like, it was like, I had all my 3D printers behind me like this, but like the shelves were custom built. I had LEDs on the wall, which we'll put LEDs up here. I'm getting there. I have a whole ton of them. I just haven't wanted to make the time for them. But yeah, so that was one of my failures. I wouldn't so much call it a failure in the fact that I'm like, oh man, I fucked up, you know, I'm really a failure, because a lot has come from being in this warehouse. I met one of the most important people in my life in this warehouse. Not physically in this warehouse, but through the warehouse. And they've changed my life, like literally changed my life for the better, in so many ways. So to that person, they should know who that person is. Thank you. I love you dearly. And, but the one thing I learned about owning your own business is, one, you need to know business, like truly. I've always been a hustler. I've always busted my ass. I've always outworked anybody in the room, and that's why I take a challenge to anybody that says, oh, not anybody on here, but anybody like The Rock. He makes a video like, I'll outwork anybody. Well, I'll take that challenge. Like, I will. You'll probably outwork me just because you're in better physical shape than me, but I will outwork you if I can keep up. In the fact of my body will keep up as long as yours, because The Rock's in phenomenal shape. And I'm not calling The Rock out. I'm just saying, I'm that person. I will outwork anybody around me. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I don't get tired. If I do get tired, I just keep going. And so, but my problem, and then this is my procrastination, is I am a productive procrastinator. And what that means is I will do everything in the book around me. Like, I'll build 3D printers, and I'll build the racks, and I'll fucking put up LEDs, and I'll run the cameras, and I'll run everything else, and I'll build all the shelves, and I'll build all the tables, and I'll get everything running. I'll learn how to do everything, but I won't put it out to the world, so I make the money. That's been my biggest failure of all these so far, other than the other, where I jumped into this too fast. The problem is, I bought this unit at $3,600 a month. It was 2 units. So 2 units plus utilities. So the utilities went from being like almost nothing for like $250 for 2 units total to like $600 during the summer, and it was eating me alive. Because you take that plus utilities plus the internet, and then I got my laser engraver in September. So October I started getting charged for my laser engraver. No, September I got charged for my laser engraver. And I'd only had it for like a week, but that thing was like $600 a month. So now I got $5,000 worth of bills just here. And it's like, good God. So my money went dwindling fast. I walked in, I had to drop 20 grand to come into this building because I had a bad past with a collection agency because I couldn't pay the bill. It wasn't because I wasn't working or I was a deadbeat or I was lazy or anything. I couldn't pay the bill and it ate me. But the funny thing is, I had paid that off. It was like $7,000. I paid it off. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, he still got collection. So they wanted me to pay the last 3 months out. And I was like, okay, that's fine. At the time, I didn't care. I had the money. I was actually going to offer to pay the whole first year off. Like, just pay it off. Boom, here's the cash. That way it's paid. But I didn't. I decided to keep on. But the biggest failure is literally, I need to put stuff on Etsy, and I need to put stuff on the internet, and I need to put stuff out there, and I need to reach out to people and say, hey, look, this is what I do. The problem is I took on so much stuff that I still need to learn. And I had somebody helping me, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault completely. I will take like 90% of the fault. I just can't take the whole 100%. But I will take the whole 100%. I'll be the bigger man, and I will say I take 100%. But the thing is, that was going to be his area out there. The wood table, the metal stuff, the metal table. Hydrographic dipping became a thing like later on, like an idea later on after he had left. And like I said, I don't know if he came back. I did offer him again to, oh shit. Okay, never mind, screw it. I forgot to connect to the cable to be able to use my mic, and so yeah, this is gonna be straight camera. Sorry if the audio is bad. I just realized. Because I'm like going playing with the cord, I'm like, oh crap. So, If the audio is bad, guys, I'm sorry. I'm hoping the audio is not gone because this is on. But like I said, I had learned that, and then I had a friend of mine, and like I said, I'm not going to take blame. I'm not going to give blame for anything. I'm going to take blame. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a boss. That sounded so cocky, but I mean, like, I run the show here. It is my business. I had another friend of mine that was gung-ho about this. I dropped down time thinking me and him were going to go a certain way together, and I did other things like paint my walls and stuff like that, and he showed up for 5 days, and then he stopped showing up. I really thought he was going to be that one that was going to skyrocket this business, truly, because he was hands-on like me. He wanted to do YouTube. He wanted to do the business. He's like, dude, you have everything. He was excited. I don't know. Now, let me tell you this. The one failure that I have is I can't pay anybody. I put all my money in this business, and all my money that was coming out was for me to live. And then my house payment went up $800-900 a month. It started raping me. Like, literally, I had to cover that. I had to cover $3,600 here. Like, my bills were close to like $13,000 a month. And it was like, how the fuck? So there's one of my failures. Another failure I had is my personal life. I'm a very good father, but my personal life, it literally, I like to work, and I don't understand a relationship unless that person understands me. Like, I can't be in a relationship with somebody that's not understanding of why I want to work so much. And so I'd rather work 16 hours a day than be in a relationship. I just would. But I have found people that I know people that would be worth it. I'm just saying, for the most part, I would not give up this business and working my ass off. What makes me happy, because I love working. The only other thing that makes me happy other than my kid, working, like love, a true love, something that makes you truly fucking happy, is golf. Really. And basketball and working out. Like, I love those things. But like, if I had a choice, like, you're not gonna work today, what are you gonna do? I might work out in the morning, but then I'm gonna go golf, especially if I'm not with my loved one. But another thing I do is I bought too many machines. Like, I should have started out with like 2 of them. I bought 8 X1 carbons from Bamboo. I bought 5 pre-built Vorons at over $2,000 a piece. Stupidity. I admit it. It's fine. I'm the kind of person, you give me something, I'm gonna figure it out. But the problem is when you overwhelm me with too much shit to learn, it's like, which one's more important? And that's where I'm running into, and that's where a certain person in my life is helping me, saying like, look, you need to focus here, just here, pick that one thing. And that's what I'm doing. I'm about to go just straight laser engraver for the next 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is straight YouTube. Like, that's the 2 things I'm working on. And I'm only gonna record, and I got an editor, and I got somebody's gonna do all that. I'm gonna record this one, and I have an Alpha Blaster, my Alpha Blaster Nerf channel I'm gonna build. Other than that, I'm not gonna overwhelm myself. Now, if I have extra time, I may record my motivational stuff, and I may record, I'm gonna record the Wild and Crazy Raps with Michelle, doing tumblers and vinyl and stuff, but that's only if Michelle steps up to the plate and will help me. Not saying that she won't, but she'll help me like actually get involved in this, because I'm not gonna teach her all day and I'm not gonna do all the work because I don't have time for that. So, but if we can build the Wild and Crazy Rap channel, and I can do Alpha Blasters in this channel, I don't have to edit them. I want to edit my channel, but right now I'm just gonna hold off. I'm gonna focus on just recording, and I'm gonna focus on the laser engraver. I might put a little bit of time into Fusion 360 so I can understand the software, because it controls most of the stuff I do here, but that is what I'm gonna do. So my biggest failure, I have to say, from everything I've done, is I've taken on way too much, and I'm going to take it all on, and I'm gonna learn it. That's not my problem. It's trying to learn it in a certain amount of time and not having enough time. And the thing is, think of it this way. Let's say I have, I think, like 8 different things I can learn. You take 8 cups, and you take a cup of water, and you drop drop, 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 drop. Well, at that rate, it's gonna take you for freaking ever to learn all 8 cups, to fill all 8 cups. But if you were like drop, 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 or guess what? That first cup's gonna fill up. You learn it, you become expert at it, you do it. And I've preached this 1,000 times, guys, to people. That's what's crazy. I have preached this to other people. Focus on one thing. But the thing is, I've never been a person that one thing held me down. Not 2, maybe 2 or 3. I used to bowl 100 hours a week, work out, learn stuff, like literally learn. Like I would watch bowling for hours. I would train for hours. I would train in the bowling alley for hours. But I also had other things I was doing. The thing that changed is I had a kid. And that kid adores me. And that's why I want to change my life with this, guys. I really want YouTube to be my thing. Like YouTube's been something I really want to do for a long time. I never stay consistent with it, and that's my biggest issue. But I have the voice for it. I have the want for it. I have the personality for it. I have everything. And so, other than that, I would say, guys, other than that, I'm living on the couch here. That's starting at the end of this week. I split ways, and my house gets sold. I get my money from the house, which is enough to live on here, hopefully for 6 to 8 months. But I gotta make money, and I'm living on this couch. I gotta get my big printer built. I gotta learn the laser engraver. I will build the big printer, but the laser engraver is gonna be my focus. I gotta build the big printer. I know how to run the big printer. That's not my problem. Is I gotta just get it built. I'm waiting on a part. But I will say, if I had to say anything that I've learned in life in general, and there's a book about this, and I've never read it, but I'm pretty sure this is the focus of the book. Start with one thing, and I mean one thing, as in pick your one thing that's your poison that you want to become great at. If you want to add things in, that's fine, but make sure they're there so when you do get great at this one thing that you can move on to that thing. But also not just one thing, as in one business opportunity or one object of, or one topic. Not just 3D printing. I'm saying start with one 3D printer. Learn it, understand it. Start with like a couple rolls of filament, different colors and stuff, and different textures and all that good stuff. All the different filament types, ABS, ASA, PETG, carbon fiber, learn them, understand what their nozzle temperatures are and like that. Like that is stuff that you've learned, and I still haven't fully learned that. And then learn that, and then take your knowledge, and if you're gonna stick with 3D printing, learn resin 3D printing. Don't go buy 15 3D printers, resin 3D printers that you're never gonna use. But like me, I bought all that, but then I was into Nerf guns when I got into this, guys. Nerf guns is what got me into 3D printing. Seriously, it got me into 3D printing because I was like, oh, I can build Nerf guns. Do you think I built Nerf guns? I'm trying to get back to that root. I'm seriously trying to get back to that route. I bought a 3D scanner so I could scan in big objects with that one, but also I also took on that venture when I wasn't working next to a motorcycle shop, which a motorcycle shop, if I do everything correct, it could make me a lot of money. The hydrographic dipping could make me a lot of money with that over there. The automotive industry in general, with everything I do, can make me a lot of money. It's just finding that niche. And finding what part of that industry is what I need to do with. So I gotta hustle. It's just what I gotta do. But I love the fact of YouTube. And another thing I wanna do, we're talking about doing something over there where he goes, picks up these broke down bikes and he drives them home, but he has a little bit of money. He buys the bike and he fixes it on the spot and drives it home and then auctions it off or whatever. There's a show called Roadkill that did that with cars. And now he wants to do it with motorcycles. So we might use it on this channel and be like Wild and Crazy Productions presents, and it's gonna call it Death Wish. We might do that. We might do actual productions on this. I don't know yet. That's the hardest part about this. I don't want to overwhelm the channel, but I also want to put good content out. And then so if that content works, I can also do we present whatever, RC Overwhelmed or something, like where we build RC cars and we blow them up and make them big and fast and big cars, or like the rideable RC cars. So there's stuff like that that I want to do. But guys, that's my failures. Like, I have a lot of failures in life, like a lot of failures in life, like becoming a professional bowler and then dropping it, being very good at golf and dropping it because it wasn't paying. Bowling was more a failure. Losing my basketball scholarships through high school, I failed. I mean, you know, getting my inheritance from my mom and blowing it, not on frivolous things, but too much of things. Like 16 3D, actually I probably bought a total of 50 3D printers when I first got into this to try them all. And I thought, okay, well, when I get this, I can sell them and I'll make my money. Well, then Bamboo came out with their 3D printer, and something like the Prusa that would have made you 900 bucks to sell it, yeah, I got 400 bucks. And then eBay doesn't cover shipping or the shipping of your product if it gets crushed. You can't put insurance on it through eBay. Now I have been told that you could call, but by that point it was too late. So yeah, I lost a lot of money through shipping because it got crushed. I rebuilt this 3D printer, sold it, it got shipped, it was in pieces when it got to the customer. I was pissed. Another thing I've learned is when it rains it pours. It just does. Like, it does. Like, I have 2 units right now, guys, and I'm only using one of them because I put up a $1,100 wall so I could cut the units in half. Because when I moved in here, there was no wall. There was supposed to be a wall, but then because there was 2 units, they made it 1 unit. But because I want to rent out that unit so I can drop my rent down from $3,600 to $2,200, I have to rent out the unit. Well, I did that wall like 2 months ago, and there's been like 2 hits on that unit. And they're like, oh, well, you can get the wall up and we can easily rent that out. Well, guess what? I'm hoping and praying that if I don't rent it out in the next like month, that I can do something with it like Turo or something I can use it for, where I can rent it out for the purpose of somebody else. Like, truly rent it out. Like, even if it's like, hey, can I borrow for $100 a day? Or can I pay you $50 a day to rent out the office over there? Can I do this, you know, whatever. So we'll figure that out. But that's my big failures, is just overwhelming myself. And I've learned that. I'm hoping it's not too late. I'm hoping I get through this. If not, I have to sell all this shit and I'll be homeless. Like no shit. And if I'm not homeless, it's because I sold all this shit and I have nothing. And then I gotta work for somebody else, which I just despise that idea. People don't treat you well anymore. Jobs don't treat you well anymore. My last job treated me very well and I loved it. But because of a freaking female, well, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. We'll say because of a human, I lost my job because of false accusations, I guess. I resigned from my job, and yeah, it really hurt me because I loved my job. I truly did, and it wasn't. I truly, people probably won't believe me, but I truly did not do anything. Like, I didn't physically touch that person. I didn't physically throw any harassment things at them. I didn't call them names. I didn't talk bad about them. But everybody believed that they were trying to use the fact that they were a female and I was a male, and they were trying to get money from that company. So I don't know what happened. But yeah, no, I've been through a lot in my life. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from this. If I could go back and start over from the warehouse, not do the warehouse. Let's say I wasn't gonna do the warehouse. I would have went and rented if I'd have known everything I have now, I would have rented a house with a huge garage. 3-4 car garage, but it could have been a 1 or 2 bedroom. And I would have rented that for around the same rent that I want to rent now. And even if it was like $2,500, it would still be better. And then on top of that, like I said, if I'd have known my house payment was gonna jump, I probably would have stayed in my studio longer. But the thing is, because it jumped so much, it wasn't able to be maintained with one paycheck anymore. It took two. And so I started having help. And so in there. So guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Remember, my failures aren't always everybody's failures. But just remember one thing, and I want you to remember this one thing in life. Failure is your first step to success. Like, it literally is something you're going to go through life. And the problem is we teach our kids that we can't fail. We need to learn to fail. If you fail and you crumble and you do this, you'll never do anything with your life. But if you can take a failure, treat it like it doesn't exist, and the fact that it's not going to be there tomorrow if you don't allow it. Okay? Take it, run from it, take it, run with it, learn from it, make it better, and do big things. Guys, I love you. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and hit you up with my wins. I don't know if they're going to be as many as my voters, but we're going to try to figure it out. Guys, I love you.